Welcome to the Addiction Mindset Recovery Coaching YouTube channel, where we help people quit nicotine, THC, energy drinks, and adult media content. My name's Dr. Frank. In today's brief video, I want to share with you guys a call that I had with a client just last night regarding relapse. So here I am sitting at home. I get a text and this person says, "Hey, Dr. Frank, I'm really considering relapsing after they've been, sober for 2 weeks off of the given substance that they were addicted to." And we had a really detailed conversation and we identified 3 mindsets that they were holding on to that were to potentially blame for this pending relapse. Mindset number 1 that I think a lot of us struggle with, whether we're quitting weed or quitting nicotine or quitting alcohol, is we tend to hold on to past experiences. And I think we have this hope or this expectation that we're going to reclaim those past experiences. What do I mean by that? Maybe the first time you smoked weed, the first few years you were smoking weed, it was a lot of fun. Maybe it really was stress relieving. Maybe it really was an enjoyable experience. Maybe your first few cigarettes or your first few times using a vape with your friends in high school really was a fun, enjoyable time. And I think sometimes we consider relapsing because we have hopes to reclaim those past fun experiences that we once had. And I think it's very important, if you're stuck in this mindset, to pause and look at your current life situation. Maybe you have a new job. Maybe you have a family now. Maybe you're no longer in high school, but you're in college. What things in your life have changed? Because there's a really good chance right now, this time that you're considering quitting or being sober, that your life is very different from what it once was. And I think this idea that we're going to reclaim those past experiences and relive those past times is very, very false. And I think we have to stop chasing that, and that we have to start to acknowledge that we're never going to reclaim those experiences because we're at a different point now in life than we were back then. Don't think of the first time you smoked weed. Think of the last time you smoked weed. Don't think of your first cigarette. Think of your last cigarette. I have a feeling those were 2 very different experiences. Mindset number 2 that this person was running into was the idea that for some reason they were going to feel better if they picked up that drug, if they picked up that substance. So they were struggling somewhat with withdrawal symptoms, and they said, "I just want to feel normal again. I just want to feel happy again." And I asked the simple question, were you happy when you were using that substance? Did you feel normal when you were using that substance? Or did you feel miserable? Did you feel full of guilt, full of shame, full of regret, full of stress, the stress of being addicted? And when they paused and thought about it, they quickly realized that one of the reasons they quit was because they weren't happy. There was this illusion that this drug, that this substance was making them happy. Well, if that was the case, then why did they want to quit? If it was truly relieving the stress, if it was truly providing any type of benefit, significant benefit, why would you ever give that thing up? And if you're in a place where you're stuck in active addiction and you're struggling with addiction, there's a good chance you're quitting for a reason. And that reason is often because you don't feel good anymore. So to think that by picking up this substance again is going to somehow make you happier or alleviate some of this temporary withdrawal symptoms or suffering that you're going through is false. It's a lie that the addictive voice in our brain is telling us. The last mindset that had this person tripped up and thinking about relapse was they were comparing their journey of sobriety and recovery from these things to other people. So they were saying they read in Alan Carr's book, which is a great book, The Easy Way to Stop Smoking, that most withdrawals should be gone and over with in 3 to 5 days, and that at that point you should be a happy non-smoker. And they were saying, well, Dr. Frank, I'm 2 weeks into this process and I'm not happy yet. I feel okay, but I don't feel great. And a lot of people, when they quit, they're telling me they feel great. Why don't I feel that way? And I explained to this person, your journey with addiction is unique to you in your experience. Where you're at in your life situations is very, very different from that of someone else. And I told them I don't think it's fair that they compared their journey of sobriety and recovery to someone else's. Because when we do that, I think it sets forth a false expectation or a false series or set of expectations. I expect to feel better after 2 weeks. I expect to feel better after 90 days. On the opposite side of that conversation, I expect to feel withdrawal. I expect to feel like crap. And then the person doesn't, so they think, oh, I must not be addicted. I must be doing a good job. Or they get through the first week, they still feel like crap, and they say, oh my gosh, I'm never going to feel better. Quitting isn't worth it. Sobriety isn't worth it. When maybe it was in the third week when this person was going to feel better. Maybe it was in the first month. Maybe it was in the third month when this person was going to have that, aha, my life is improving. Things are going in the right direction. But if they were to relapse, we would never know. Success might have been right around the corner, 24 hours away. But if relapse occurred, we would never know. So I think it's very important that you recognize that addiction is a unique experience to the individual who's experiencing addiction, active addiction, just as is your recovery and your sobriety journey. Do not draw comparisons to other people or even to things that I say in my videos. I give general guidelines when it comes to a timeline of withdrawal or expectations, but it's going to be different for everyone. And this is your journey, this is your process, and I don't want you to compare it to someone else's. I don't want you to fall for the trap of that this substance is going to alleviate things or make you feel better. Because remember, you quit for a reason. You quit because you didn't feel good. Don't hold on to your past. Stop holding on to your past experiences. You are never going to be able to recreate those things because your life at this point in time is inherently different than it was a few days ago, a few weeks ago, a few months ago, or a few years ago. Addiction only provides one end result. It takes our time, it takes our focus, it takes our money, it damages our relationships. At the end of the day, addiction is destructive, and it's never going to give you a different set of results than destruction. I hope this video, guys, helps you out. Why don't you follow me into the next video where I talk about one of the most common causes of relapse. I'll see you guys there.